How do you pronounce the famous peanut butter cup candy? The way I see it, there are two ways. But let me tell you, it's so good. A lot of people don't know how important this candy is. I'm not going to give a history lesson right now. I'm going to give a cultural one. For some people, that candy is pronounced like the man's name, Reese's. Okay? For other people, like yours truly, I say Reese's. And I said it just like that because for a lot of you, it's like nails to a chalkboard. But I think that's at the core of our societal issues. For you see, when one group pronounces it, the other group doesn't like it, do they? The group that expounds on everything Reese and everything to do with Reese will tell you that's the man's name. You can't just add a certain inflection to a word when a man's name's already established. If that pronunciation is not given by the man himself, then you just made it up. Therefore, you should pronounce Reese's one way. While that's a decent argument, over time, the word and the candy have spread. It's gone to different regions, different parts of the globe, and now we each have a different way of saying it. In English, there's probably only two ways. I can tell you about the other languages. But let me tell you why this is at the heart of our country's issues right now. You have this one group telling everybody, no, you can't do it that way. You have to do it the way I tell you. Think of what that applies to. That applies to so many things going on in our country right now. I, for one, know Reese's is just the way I was raised. I mean, I didn't have school, or my parents didn't bring out the chalkboard and say, Cody, you will pronounce the word this way. Reese's, Reese's, Reese's. Okay? It wasn't like that. The way I grew up, the people I was around growing up, we called it Reese's. That tells me it's a cultural pronunciation of the word. Is it the right form of the word? Doesn't matter. It's cultural. Okay? It's like soda and pop. Some people call it Coke. I know for a lot of my family, we called hey, hand me that Coke. Is it Coca-Cola? No. It's Pepsi. These cultural things are so important to hold on to. Because what communists would want is for uniformity, conformity. Everybody the same across the board. Does anybody remember grammar Nazis? Grammar Nazis were a big thing on social media, okay? We don't really do that or take each other that seriously anymore with our spellings online. Some people still bring up the your, and the there. See, I say that last one, there. It's just the way I am, okay? We should be embracing not all these groups that the world is telling us to embrace. Embrace individuality and embrace difference of culture, okay? So what I'm trying to tell you guys right now is that there is something rotten in our society today where we have groups of people telling the others that they are wrong just for not conforming. See, there are certain groups and certain movements out there that want everybody united to themselves. If you're a part of the group, it seems like you're in the A group, okay? You have some sort of moral superiority to tell people to fall in line. You have some sort of moral superiority to say that so-and-so's words do not matter because they are against your group, okay? The famous book, 1984, a lot of people quote it, a lot of people reference it. Let me just reference an idea. In the book 1984, all these gnats flying around, in the book 1984, nobody could speak against the party, okay? That was a common theme throughout the book. I'm not someone trying to tell you it's doom and gloom. Oh my gosh, we're in the days of 1984. Though there are a lot of signs that I'm not happy with. Let me tell you, nobody has to be the same as you. Nobody. We're all precious colors of the rainbow, right? Kane Brown's got a song out right now talking about racial tensions and things like this. I love this quote, and I'm not normally one to quote a song, but I loved his lyric. He said, if we're all focused on black and white, we don't see any of the other colors. And you think to yourself initially, there aren't green people, there aren't blue people, or purple, right? That's not his point. You lose the beauty, you lose the individuality. You're forcing people to one group or another. That's ugly. Let's not live in a black and white world, okay? Let's be devoted to individuality. Let's be devoted to finding out why a person pronounces a certain word, okay? I don't have to pronounce the same things as you. Like center. How do you spell center? I've seen some Americans spelling it the European way. C-E-N-T-R-E. What? C-E-N-T-E-R. Maybe those people traveled to Europe. Maybe they stayed in Europe for a while. I don't know their story. Am I going to go around correcting them? No. Let this be the driving point. We are to not be united to a single group. On an individual level, you and me, how I'm speaking to you, the listener, right now, I can be united to you through conversation. Do we have to be the same across the board? No, we do not. We do not. And it's evil to try to make us all products of cookie cutters, okay? So this is just a little ramble, just thinking about today. I'm gonna post a picture of a Reese's cup, and I want you to tell me how you pronounce it, okay? Also, Shay, my fiance, says Reese's Pieces. I'm not that radical. I say Reese's Pieces, but she wants you all to pronounce it that way. Save me. See you guys. Peace.